Number 10. No hand-holding. Some of us have had the privilege of being in a relationship in high school, and some may have even thought that they were their soulmates. That's all well unless you live in Tennessee. The sexual education taught in Tennessee and many other southern states is quite appalling. Their curriculum revolves around a fairly dated and overtly religious take on sexual behavior. Recently, Tennessee has signed a new law that would ban teachers from discussing activities like genital touching, both for others and yourself, and enforce abstinence-only education, ironically banning teachers from teaching. Not only that, they've included hand-holding in their sex ed curriculum, saying that it's a gateway to teen pregnancy, and is therefore a punishable offense. The bill itself passed with 68 votes for and only 23 against, with legislators believing that banning kissing and hand-holding will prevent sex. Number 9. Happy Holidays. As we try our best to become more multicultural, it is imperative to understand what multiculturalism is. We must coexist with everyone, but that doesn't mean we disassemble our own cultures. Recently, the controversy has been about whether we should say Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays, and unfortunately, this controversy is leaking into restaurants and our education system. As some of you have learned, in many schools, Christmas isn't celebrated very often anymore, nor is Easter. While religious holidays are one thing, the weirder part is when schools ban even non-religious celebrations, like Valentine's Day and Halloween. The worst part, certain districts have even banned wishing people a Merry Christmas, as it's insensitive to those who are not Christian. We say let people wish whatever they want, be it Happy Diwali, Kwanzaa, or Merry Christmas. Wishing someone well isn't really offensive. Number 8. No more Cheetos. We all need to be healthy, whether it be by eating more healthy foods or becoming more active. The most vulnerable group to unhealthy living is our younger generation, and according to statistics, they're less active than the previous generation due to the inability of parents to control their children's health and diet. In some areas in the US, rather than having parents and schools teach the unhealthiness of certain snacks, they've instead opted to ban certain junk foods from school grounds completely. One such snack, Flamin' Hot Cheetos. In 2014, an American grade school student went to his school's cafeteria and purchased Flamin' Hot Cheetos and a cup of nacho cheese, which he then proceeded to mix together and photograph, sharing the picture on social media. When a school board director saw this, he was furious that this sort of food was being sold in his district schools. So he placed an immediate ban on Flaming Hot Cheetos district-wide. Some schools in California, New Mexico, and Illinois have also banned the tasty product. Number 7. No balls. Parents always do their best to keep their children safe and far from harm, and some parents will have no problems dismantling fun for safety's sake. After a student developed a concussion during a game of soccer, a Canadian public school, Earl Beatty, has forbidden any type of hardball on the school playground. And no, hardballs are not only referring to shot puts. Among the banned items are footballs, soccer balls, tennis balls, baseballs, and pretty much any other semi-spherical inflatable recreational equipment. Sure, a kid getting a concussion is quite unfortunate, but this ban really isn't thought out. What if a child falls down the stairs? Do you ban stairs? Parents and students of course complained, but those fell on deaf ears, as the school stood by their ruling. Enjoy your tag, kids. It's about all you have left. Number 6. No best friends. It's safe to say that making bonds with your fellow classmates is a key part to growing up. These bonds can last a few years, or in some cases, up until the day of your last breath. Unfortunately, and surprisingly, some schools in the UK, specifically in the area of Kingston, Southwest London, and Surrey, have implemented a policy that instructs teachers to prevent kids from making best friends. Normal friends are fine, but if you dare throw in the word best, you're in for a whipping. The main reason behind this policy is that several schools realize that when best friends have a falling out, they usually get pretty bummed. Their solution? Ban best friends. Number 5. No touching. China is home to over 1 billion people, and its education system is one of the best in the entire world. China's excellent test scores are achieved by memorization and hard work. Several years ago, one Chinese school, Chunhai, enacted a new controversial policy, the banning of close interaction between classmates from either sex. Specifically, no being within half a meter or a foot and a half from another student. Their reasoning is that close physical proximity breeds love, which breeds distractions, which breeds lower test scores. The punishment, although unclear, seems to be rather severe, possibly even including expulsion and the withdrawal of scholarships. Number 4. No non-white undergarments. Many schools in Tokyo, Japan have questionable rules that they request from their students. In the Bunkyo ward, there's a middle school with dress rules that go far beyond what most schools would enforce. The dress code calls for all teenagers to wear only white undergarments. Why? Well, according to the school's headmaster, white undergarments are much more hygienic than colored undergarments, for unstated reasons. The problem here isn't the rule itself, it's that the teachers are allowed to verify whether students are up to standard. Number 3. Spanking. Corporal punishment refers to any physical punishment meant to cause disciplinary pain, and is unfortunately still used in many schools, even here in North America. The two most common corporal punishments on school children are paddling, or the more popular one, spanking. This archaic form of punishment is not only degrading and humiliating to the child, but also damaging. Never mind the psychological trauma, there have been several hundred cases of students being permanently disfigured from these beatings. Far too many to list here. Think scars, broken bones, and flayed skin. While 31 states have banned physical punishment for students, 19 states still feel that it is perfectly fine to smack a child for disobedience. Attempts to further ban in-school spankings in these states have been met with harsh criticism from school teachers. Number 2. No Pokémon. Pokémon is a word that nearly every child from the 90s has heard of, and for many of them, Pokémon was a way to have fun and make new friends. Scratch that. Pretty much every kid born before 2016 recognizes and embraces Pokémon, even after a decade. What these non-90s kids probably don't remember is using the cards on the playground. Unfortunately, in many schools, they'll never have the chance, as the card game has been banned. Mostly for two distinct reasons. The first being that when a battle or trade went bad, the kids would end up brawling, which is apparently not beneficial to their education. No surprise there. Secondly, novice players were getting tricked by experienced players into losing their valuable cards, which many schools consider gambling. Number 1. Zero tolerance policies. Zero tolerance policies are the general term for rules and laws that decree that there are no exceptions to breaking the rules. Originally, zero tolerance policies were meant to protect students from drugs and alcohol, but today they're used to punish kids who even accidentally do something, regardless of whether their intent was criminal or innocent. Some stupendous cases were when 2 second graders were arrested when they joked about wanting to kill someone. Another 5th grade girl was arrested for sexual harassment after asking a classmate if he liked her. And best of all, when a 5th grader turned in a plastic knife that his mother mistakenly packed for him. He was suspended for a whole year. Zero tolerance policies might be good in some situations, but unfortunately, these policies are misused and often hurt innocent students and harm their education.